Okay, yeah. So I'm Jamie's brother, in case you guys didn't know. Obviously, I think he mentioned that. So I think I started about 3 months after Jamie did, 4 months after Jamie did. Um, which, and I'll just right off the bat, for those of you who are worried about things, I think I had 125 friends on Facebook, and Jamie was friends with 124 of them. So I honestly was like, how am I gonna do any? I'm a guy who chargers. I'd never taken a selfie before in my life. Now it's like that's all I feel like that's all I do. Um, but just so you know, it's like from where I came from is probably a worse start than a lot of you. So the cool thing about this is there is a ton of potential no matter where you're starting from. Um, it just kind of comes down to consistency. And Jody lives a couple doors over from us, and she's kind of seen it from the beginning. And we're just ignorantly consistent with this business, and we've never kind of given up, and we just keep pushing. So it all depends also what kind of business you want to make from this, and don't ever feel pressured that some people are all in and going gung-ho, and they want this to be their thing, and they want to quit their job in 3 months. And don't feel pressured if that isn't your thing, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. um, there's nothing wrong with doing this and just wanting to bring in a little bit of extra money, or doing this because it's one of the only things that keeps you accountable, right? And I know that works for me. Is I and it's funny with Jody here as a neighbor. I can remember in the first couple of months of coaching, the first time I ever had a pizza, I felt like I had to sneak it into my house. No, it's true, because I knew the neighbors kind of knew what
We'll
we were
see
doing,
the
and I
pizza
was like,
box.
true, yeah. And I was, because you're friends on Facebook, and again, it's gotten past that, because now one of the things we preach, obviously, is it's not about perfection, and it's not about about never having a pizza. So, but that's, if that's the reason you're doing this, that's an amazing reason, right? To an extra thing to hold yourself accountable, and running challenge groups is a great way to do that, right? It's that you're giving yourself that repeated message over and over again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and show you the actual get started right call, so that one of the reasons I like to do these and show the screen, and I don't know if Jamie does it. Hi, Sabrina. Um, is because I like to show people how to do this in case next week you have a coach and you have to actually do it for them. A lot of the times, like Jamie and I would do it at the beginning for people. Hi, Joanne's husband.
Oh,
Sorry.
Oh, hi. Sorry.
No. It just happened. I just noticed you're over in the corner. So um, one of the reasons we like to do that is to, in case for some reason you have somebody and you want to walk them through a GSR call as well. So let me share my screen. Here, where are we? There we go. So Jody, thumbs up. Can you see that? Okay. So again, some of you might, who are brand new, might get confused and go, okay, why does that say Solfit Union? Why does it not say Crush It on it? And it's just the hierarchy of how the system works. Jamie has his team. I'm one of his personally sponsored coaches. Once I developed a team of my own, I have my own name. For example, Rachel, who you guys might know, is one of my personally sponsored coaches. She has Braggable Fitness now. So it's just, you'll see that. You'll wonder, like, okay, who is Smartass? Well, that happens to be Jamie's, upline coach, Miguel. So you're going to be part of a whole bunch of teams, and the benefit is crazy, especially with our team, because one above Miguel happens to be a lady called Lindsay Matway, who is like the number one person in the entire company. So we've got a great line of resources for you guys to choose from. So the first thing we want to talk about is your goals. And I kind of tiptoed around that just now, as far as whether you want to be a hobby coach, whether you want to be just a discount coach. If you're on this call, I'm assuming you want to be more than just a discount coach. However, some of you might be discount coaches right now. So A discount coach is just somebody who doesn't want to pay full price for their Shakeology, right? Jody's been a discount coach for a year, maybe more.
Nearly two.
Nearly two. Wow, another 2 year. You and Mariah. So sometimes people, they love their Shakeology, and if you become a discount coach, you save anywhere from $20 to $30 depending on what province you live in or state you live in and the tax structure. If you're in the US and you're military or military, you save a ton of money. You're probably going to save $50 a month because you actually don't pay coach fee if you are a veteran. So yeah, which is kind of cool. So those are the three levels. There's myself, Jamie, Kim, Angel. I mean, we're what I would call business builders. My goal is to eventually leave my full-time job and do this full-time. I have obviously my level where I want to hit before I do that. I'm not quite there yet, and my level and my wife's level are probably very different from a security standpoint. So those are the three levels, right? And you might fall on either one of those, and there's nothing wrong if you are a discount coach and you just want to see about, maybe I don't even know if I want to run my own challenge groups. I have a coach in the West Coast who literally doesn't want to run challenge groups, but she signs people up and puts them in our group. Okay. I don't recommend doing that if you want to be a business builder, right? Because then they're just going to have a connection with myself or Angel, right? When we first started, we had, I think, 3 or 4 people, actual customers in our challenge group, which isn't that bad, right? Like that's not a lot of people. Now I think we're up to around 150 people in the group. So sorry, I'm just going to manage here one sec real quick and mute a few things. So it totally depends on what you guys want to do. Next step, and usually the first thing, and this is, again, all of us have done this from Jamie to myself, is you want to write out your why. And a lot of the times your why or what's the reason you want to do this, right? To keep it really basic. A lot of them come out looking like pageant whys. I call them pageant whys. Some of them are like, oh, I just want to help the world and solve world peace and make the world a better place. That's fine, but you got to go a little bit deeper than that. Like, why do you actually really want to do this? And your why will probably evolve over the course of 2 years. Okay, so mine, I think I watched the video the other day. I did a video why, and it's sort of similar, but it's definitely evolved. And your why is going to be what we call, or what I like to call, your soft invite. Okay, please, please, please don't, after this, go online and say, hi everybody, I'm a Beachbody coach. Okay. That's going to scare a lot of people off. To me, that sounds very cultish and salesy. And hopefully either with Jamie or whoever your outline coach is, they'll kind of walk you through what to do. Generally, what I tell people, and this is a whole nother call to do this, generally what you want to do as a new coach is for the first, 3 to 7 days, just slowly start posting about health and fitness, or start posting about some of the things you're doing in your group. So that when you do bring up your why, or kind of what I call your soft invite, it's not going to look like it's out of the blue, or that all of a sudden you just want to sell people stuff, right? You want people to kind of be like, oh yeah, I noticed you've been kind of, posting healthier recipes, or you've did that motivational quote, or I saw you do that workout, right? And we were talking before the call actually started. I can't quite remember who it was. And she'd mentioned that, yeah, no, I've lost some weight and people are starting to ask me, right? So that's a great lead in to your why, which is kind of what I call your soft invite. And what I do usually with our people is after this call, I send them a calendar and I say, in a perfect world, when do you want to start your first challenge group? Okay. So if they were to say 3 weeks from now, we would then what I call reverse engineer their timeline. So if they say, you know what, 3 weeks from now, or you know what, I want to go through one more round of your challenge group as a coach so I see how you post. That's probably the smartest thing to do unless you're like ready to go yesterday. And then what you do is say, okay, on June the 10th, that's my date. That is the date I'm going to start a challenge group. And then we work backwards from that. So 2 weeks before that is when you want to do your why. Okay. So let's say it's June 10th. So you're going to go back to May the 23rd, for example, and say, that's when I'm going to post my why or my soft invite, where you kind of explain what you're doing. And hey, you know what? If you're a little bit more interested in this journey that I'm going to be on, send me a message. Okay. That's your soft invite or your why. And then, oh, sorry, Jamie probably just logged in too. And then what we generally do is 3 to 5 days after that is when we do what I call is a hard invite. That's the one that a lot of you probably responded to, where Jamie or myself or somebody, Sarah, posted I'm looking for 5 to 10 ladies to take this, I'm looking for serious people who want to do some hard work. However it's been phrased, that's what I call your hard invite, okay? It's not your why. That's how I recommend people do it. And then that way, it kind of gives you time for people to sign up, receive their challenge pack, and you have that date set in mind when you're going to run this challenge group. Jamie might do it a little bit differently than you, so make sure you ask, okay? We have come up with an amazing system. I think, I can't remember if Jamie or Rachel started it and then people tweaked it, but ask for the Google Docs new coach welcome email. It's pretty cool compared to what we used to have. It's kind of a step-by-step guide on where to find things in your back office, Shakeology videos. It's kind of more of a how-to thing. So make sure you ask your upline coach for a copy of the welcome email. And the first thing you're probably going to want to do is fill out your W8 Ben if you're Canadian. All you suntan people in Florida don't have to worry about it, but it's something, if you're a Canadian coach, you need to fill out a W8 Ben. All that is, don't panic, all it is if you make over $600 a year, it's an agreement that Canada has with the US, and they're going to issue you a T4. Okay? Probably the most important one, number 4, is get to Emerald as soon as possible. In the system that we have, you signed up under Jamie or you signed up under myself, you're either going to be on his left-hand side or his right-hand side. It looks like a genealogy tree, basically. In order to become an Emerald coach, you will have one coach on your left-hand side and one coach on your right-hand side. I don't know if I want to get into actually, let me see really fast if I can show you. So this is your Team Beachbody page. You go to the sign in. See if I can remember my password. No. No. Okay, just because I'm in Chrome and it's in Safari. So what you're going to do is once you log in, sorry, I got to find this one sec. There we go. You're going to go into Coach here, Coach Online Office. Don't worry, this is all going to be explained to you in more detail.
Hey, Mike.
We're not seeing it,
Yes.
Mike.
Yeah, all we're seeing is the.
Oh,
This
cool.
one.
Wait, hold on, I'll go to new share. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you.
That's it.
Cool. So, I wonder if I can go back to log out 1 sec. Okay, so when you log in, all you're going to do is go to Coach Online Office, and your upline coach will go through this in more detail with you after. You go to my business, and I'm just going to show you kind of what it looks like. So that's basically your genealogy tree right there, okay? I'm at the top, Angel's on my left, a non-existent coach is on my right. That is the basic of how you're going to start. And to get to Emerald, you're going to have one coach on your left, which would be Angel, and Joel, which would be on your right, and then you become an Emerald coach. There's a few benefits of becoming an Emerald coach. One of them is if you are an Emerald coach and you happen to hit SC10, which is selling 5 challenge packs in a month, Beachbody will send you potential leads, like potential customers. Actually, they will send you actual sales. So whenever somebody buys a challenge pack online, for example, they give those to Emerald coaches who have hit SC10, okay? And you would receive a commission from that. You don't necessarily receive SC points from that, but you receive a commission. You also receive some free leads. So that's the benefit of going Emerald. And without confusing the living crap out of you, almost every top coach has got to Emerald relatively quickly by putting their spouse on their weak side. I'm not going to get into strong and weak side because, like I said, this is going to confuse you. But most people have signed up their coach as or their husband or wife or family member or brother, sister as a discount coach, and then somebody else, usually a discount coach or an active business builder, on their other side to become an Emerald. Now, the main reason that is super important, and just look at this tree really quickly, and that's as far into it as I'm going to get. Don't worry, you shouldn't understand this yet. But Angel there on my left-hand side, since I started, there's about 300 and some coaches below Angel now, okay? So she's benefiting from all the volume of those coaches. If I had waited until now to go, you know what, I think I really want to make a run for this, and I sign up my wife, she goes at the very bottom of those 300 people, okay? Whenever somebody new is signed up, they go at the bottom. So Angel now is benefiting from all the people that have signed up since then. I'm just going to look here. You need to move someone else in there. No, that person, Joel, is just non-existent now. And as far as discount coaches, yeah, to be active as a discount coach, you do need to have what's called 50 personal volume points, which your Shakeology, for example, is 90. They can keep paying their coach fee and the $19, $20 and stay in that spot. But in order for them to become active and for you to stay in Emerald, they would need to purchase something. So there's financial reasons. For someone like myself or Jamie, it was always a business move. It was always an investment for us. Both of us, the minute we saw this, we're like, no, this is a business for me. I'm not playing with it. I want to do what all the other top coaches have done in order to try and make this my career. So far, so good. But that's basically what an Emerald is. And again, you talk to almost any of the top coaches and that's what they've done. So I'm going to go back to the screen here. So that's one of the reasons you try and get to Emerald as soon as possible. Again, if Angel now sells a challenge pack, for example, I benefit from that and she benefits from that. And that's why this system is so fantastic, is because everybody does benefit from it. And that's why we all share information. That's why most of the people on here aren't even on my team. But I want you guys to be successful because it benefits me. You want other coaches in our system to be successful because it does benefit you. And it just creates an amazing positive culture. I was a teacher for 12 years, grade 8 science. And yeah, you'd think teaching would be like that, but I never experienced this kind of camaraderie and team unity than I ever did as a teacher, right? for some reason, I don't know, maybe it was the schools I was at, nobody ever wanted, if a teacher created a lesson plan, for some reason, they didn't want to share it with other teachers. So, whereas in this business, it seems like everybody shares everything. So the next one, Success Club and Summit. So Success Club is basically the goal, the standard in this business is to try and hit SC5 every month, which is basically you get 2 Success Club points for every challenge pack you sell. So you basically, if you sell 3 challenge packs, you're at SC6. That is like the bare minimum. There's some bonuses that go along with that, hitting SC5 or SC10. You'll see things come up like someone's a Success Club All-Star, Success Club Legend. There's other perks to that. I don't know. I don't think Sarah was at Summit last year, but things like special seating, you do get bonuses every month. If you hit SC5 or 10, they give out swag, things like that. It is beneficial, and it is definitely a great goal to strive for each time. If you're a brand new coach and you hit SC5 in each of your first 3 months, they will give you a free $300 ticket to Summit. Okay, it pays for your entry fee or your entrance ticket. So that's one of the benefits as well. If you can hit SC5 in your first 3 months as a coach, it definitely is worth it. Jody or Mariah, if you're listening to this, unfortunately, it starts the minute you signed up as a coach, whether it was a discount coach or a regular coach, which is kind of a bummer. They should almost have some system in place for that, but that's how that works. So that's fine. The only thing you really miss out on is that free ticket to Summit. It is, yeah, it's worth $1,000 ticket, but I think it's $190 as an active coach. New coach training. Again, ask for the Google Docs form. And then after that's been completed, what we do is we will put you into the more in-depth coach training on the Crush It Fitness page. Okay. Very self-explanatory. It's like lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3. You go through it pretty quickly if you want. It's basically a 30-day training that you can do in 4 days if you're really determined. So some of the lessons are short, some are long, but it's definitely worth going through, sometimes more than once. First PD book. Who's on here that I could hassle? Is that Josephine, or who is that on there? I can't quite see. It's not popping up. Sarah, what's your favorite PD book?
God. You know what? I have a few, Mike. I think for personal, like really personal growth, yeah. I really tend to go towards Brene Brown and her series of books. Yeah. But from a business development standpoint, I love the 10X rule. Yeah. I love the 12-week year.
That's a great one. Yeah.
Yeah. I love 12-week year.
So I'll make sure, I'll try and post it if I can. I know it's on our SoulFit Team page, but as Sarah said, there's all sorts of different areas of personal development. There's like confidence, PD, there's business PD, there's social media PD, but for you probably should pick one, and feel free to ask your upline. And if, for example, if confidence is yours, I've got some great ones for you. If it's a business, if you're full of spunk and energy and ready to do it, but not sure from a business perspective what to do, I've got some great ones. I personally don't read books anymore because I feel like I don't have the time. I drive anywhere from 2 to 6 hours a day for my day job. So I listen to a lot of podcasts. Lewis Howes, The School of Greatness is a fantastic one. Yeah. Or The Model Show is a great one. And I like ones that are a mix of inspiration, science, and health, just because my background was teaching science. So those are the ones that I love. So the first thing to do is pick a PD book and probably start that. This business is very much like this, okay? You can have a killer month one month, and then the next month you're just like, nobody's responding, nobody's chomping at the bit. So the PD does become very important on the tough months. So I'm just going to check the chat here if that was for me. Oh, Miracle Morning. Yeah, that's a good one too. There's a whole bunch of Miracle Mornings now, different ones. So as far as setting up a Facebook like page, you have your personal page and then you have your business page or your like page. It's really important, and it'll become more important down the road, and especially now with the I can't say, I almost said that. With international happening, which I'm hoping is the UK, I'll say it that way, your business page is going to be even more important. So once you're done that initial Google Docs training, make sure you ask for the social media training, if it's not already in that Google Docs form, on how to set up your business page, because that's a great potential way to get out of your warm market, meaning family, friends, coworkers, once international happens. And that's the other way that we run ads on Facebook. So, and I know Jamie and I spend a fair bit of money. Well, we used to anyway. Jamie and I used to at the beginning, because it's a great way to target people. Facebook business is just ridiculously genius to me. So, for example, I can do a post and target 22 to 29-year-old men who live in 25 kilometers outside the city of Detroit, Michigan, who make over $100,000 and who have fitness and dogs as their interest. And I can exclude anybody who might be, anything. You can. It is so genius as far as, and you only pay for those people who see your ad. So from a former retail person, where you throw an ad in a newspaper and hope somebody turns to that page, and you hope they look at your ad, and you hope they happen to have a dog, it is so much more economical advertising on Facebook. And for me, when I first started this, I probably put 50% of everything I made back into the advertising. So, but it's paid off, right? But that's the business I came from. I came from retail, and you had to reinvest back into your business, which to me is smart for the long term. First accountability group, we kind of talked about that earlier. Highly recommend you run your own, whether you have 2 or 3 people. Again, we had 4 when we first started, and one of them I think was my mom, and there was myself, Angel, and maybe 2 other people. And then all we did was we reached out to a couple friends, and I think I added Jamie and Kim and Kim's sister and a couple other people, and to make it look like it was 12 people. And then it just grows that way, right? It grows because if you run a great accountability group, it kind of goes by word of mouth. So that's generally how it happens. We've kind of changed the way we do it now, but I highly recommend you run your own, whether you have 2 or 20. It really is a great exercise to go through. It gets a little quiet, but you have to remember, and Joanne and Jody, you can attest to it, we have 150 people in ours. Some days only 3 people respond to a post. Someone who's good in math, tell me what percentage that is. What is that? That's 2%, maybe. No, I should have been able to do that math. 3, 6, anyway, 3%, whatever it is. So if you only have 3 people in your group and only 1 person responds, those are great odds, right? So just don't beat yourself up about it at the beginning if you do run an accountability group and it's a little bit more quiet. That being said, we give you absolutely everything to post. So we have, your upline coach will probably have anywhere from 4 to 5 series of scripts for each 30 days if you want. Okay. So you'll know on day 1, this is what I post. On day 2, you're not having to come up with all that content yourself if you don't want to, okay? Generally, people will do, I think I did the first probably 3 to 5 months each challenge group with exactly the same scripts because I just wasn't confident enough in doing it myself. And then I started swapping out the ones that I thought were duds and bringing in other ones, okay? So highly recommend running your own. Don't worry, you're not gonna have to do it yourself. Every single bit of content is there. Technically, if you really wanted to, there's programs called Buffer and Hootsuite that will program it for you. If I gave Jody all 30 days worth of posts, including graphics, she could go in tonight, load them all up into Buffer, and it would automatically post those every 30 days. She wouldn't have to touch it if she didn't want to, and she would just respond to people's comments. Okay? So for busy people, it's a great option, especially if you're running a clean eating group and a accountability group and your personal page. And, you know, I mean, once you start doing it, and I mean, that being said, now it's a lot faster for us. We kind of cross post whatever you do in our personal page. We pretty much copy and paste it, put it on our business page. I copy and paste that, put it on my Instagram because I really don't know what I'm doing on Instagram, but I'm doing it just in case I figure it out one day. But it becomes really fast and easy. The same as the graphics. The first time you show somebody how I filter a picture, because I'm older and have lots of wrinkles and stuff, it's like, okay, I got to put it into Insta Beauty, then I put it into Snapseed, and then I put it into Aviary to blur out the background, and then I recolorize it and add text using Typorama. So those are 4 apps I told you right away. Now it takes me a minute to use all 4 apps, right? You'll get used to it. Sometimes I think I overprocess things, but that's fine. So that's your first accountability group. Team calls. Without sounding like a hard ass, if you're not going to get on team calls, and Sarah can probably attest to this, most of the people who aren't on team calls don't really do that well at this.
No.
Right?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, the people who do well at this are always on team calls. I understand it doesn't work for everybody time-wise. That's going to happen. And if you follow the recordings, that's awesome. I'll be the first one to say, I never watch recordings. I always say I'm going to. That's just me. I won't go back and watch them unless I watch them live. I multitask with them on, like Jody's doing a lot. Like, it happens. I mean, she showed up. That's part of it, is just showing up. So if you can, like next Thursday, and I don't know how else Isabel Deichler, who is the creator of Shakeology. She's like a freaking herbologist. She's like the science behind Shakeology, all those ingredients. She's Carl's wife, the CEO's wife. She's doing the Crush It team call next week. She's hosting it, which is, yeah. Oh, you didn't know that, Sarah?
I did not.
Yeah. So that's like a big coup, and I'm sure Carl will make an appearance on the call.
OMG.
I know, like they sell $1 billion of that stuff a year, and she's the creator, and she's coming on our team call to run it for us. So she's the one that if you have questions or if you're not sure, and I always say this, Angel was the biggest anti-shake person I'd ever met in my life. She got mad at me because she thought I was poisoning the kids if I let them drink it. No, it's true. It's true.
Oh my God.
I've always had them, whether it was Shakeology or anything else. So she's a very Whole Foods. No, that's not real food. And Jody, you know now, if she doesn't have it, yeah. So it'd be a great call if you're a new coach and you're not really sure. It's a great first call to be on next Thursday if you can, or watch the recording. Any questions from people? I'm sure there's a million.
Oh, okay, cool. I do. How does the Beachbody On Demand play into the SC? Is that what it was?
Yeah. So if somebody just buys Beachbody On Demand,
Yeah.
you don't get any SC points from that. I keep thinking they should give you one for it. It's ridiculous that they don't. But generally, you get 2 SC points if they buy the All Access On Demand Challenge Pack. But they have to buy the Shakeology with it. And from a business standpoint, I'm sure it's to get that recurring monthly revenue of someone being on Shakeology, and to try and, personally for me now, I think On Demand is worth $250 a year by itself, personally.
It's so good.
But I love it. I mean, it's from the recipes to the calendars to the nutrition guides to the yoga retreats to the cooking show. I don't know. I'm obviously a fan and I'm sold, but for me, it's like for $186, you get On Demand, you get the portion control, and don't sell yourself short. I think I'm worth $180, a year, for Christ's sake, for the amount of time that I put into this. So we kind of throw Shakeology in for free. To me, that's you get that as a freebie. You get On Demand for $99. You get myself and Angel, the portion control containers, access to our group, for another $86, and then Shakeology's for free. I mean, that's how I portray it as a new coach. And mark my words on this, you are going to get objection after objection for Shakeology. That's new coaches' toughest battle is, oh yeah, well, they don't, as soon as I told them the price and it's a shake, they don't want to do it. That's going to come across in how you talk about it and your enthusiasm for the product. You can sort of see this by how I explained it to you there. That's honestly how I feel. And that's how I end up talking to customers is I'm gung-ho about On Demand. I'm gung-ho about our group is so amazing. And you get free breakfast for a month, right? That's kind of how I end up talking about it. We have scripts for you to talk to people, what to say. I always say put it in your own words, don't just copy and paste, but there's some great scripts we give you when somebody asks, about things, sort of like backup information, whether it's Shakeology, whether it's Beachbody On Demand, whether it's about the accountability groups. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about the product. And it's going to come across in how you talk. If you talk to people and are like, yeah, well, it's kind of expensive, it's $186, but it's really worth it. Yeah, it's just not going to happen for you, right? And you have to be a product of the product, or why is somebody going to buy it off you if you're not, showing it or using it, and it doesn't. You will rarely ever, and Jody, because you, or Joanne probably, you won't see me doing this on the screen going, got my Shakeology today, right? I don't do that. That's salesy to me. What you want to do, and the reason I love it, is you want to lead by example and show people how the program, what you're doing, how it's helped you, not, hey, buy this because it's helped me. Okay. And I'm some people in this business, and I'm probably different than others. Some people are very aggressive and cold call a lot of people. That's just not my nature. That's just not what I do. Joanne, I didn't reach out to Joanne and say, hi, Joanne, you don't know me, but you've been liking my stuff. How would you like to come join my accountability group, right? Somehow my feed, go ahead.
There was, I think it was Terry Canavan.
Okay,
so
yeah.
She's a couple years older than I am, and I went to high school with her brother, and we're Facebook friends. And maybe she had liked something that someone had posted, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. And yeah, I guess I just wanted, I was looking for something. I feel like no matter what I've tried,
Right.
hasn't worked for me. And so, yeah, I was like, you know what, why don't I give it a go? And it's more than anything, it's just motivated me to like be pretty vigilant. I'd say like 5 days a week I'm working out in the morning,
Right.
which is a totally new thing for me.
That's awesome.
So I was always the type of person where I could like, yeah, I guess just I was graced with a high metabolism, and now I'm in my 40s and I don't have that anymore. So I need to put a little bit more work into it. And so that's how I came across it. So, but I was kind of in the back of my head, kind of looking for something, but not
Right.
actively looking for anything. So I stumbled across it, and yeah.
And that's exactly why I like this, is because 95% of our customers stumble across it. I'm not having to sell. And as long as you're leading by example, I mean, there is an art to reaching out to people and connecting with people and developing relationships with people that you don't know. Once you see people liking your stuff, you need to keep lists of people that you don't know, right? And, you know, a simple private message of, hey, thanks for liking my stuff. Glad you're getting some value out of it. Let me know if, you know, you ever need more info. And then you follow up with people. But that's the nice thing about it, is it's very subtle. It's not like some companies where you have to host parties and I feel like you twist people's arms to invite your friends to your house to sell stuff. And I apologize if anybody else is in this or knows somebody in this, but some online network companies, I find, just give it a bad name by, hey, buy our saran wrap, lose 5 pounds. It's on sale this month for $19. I just find that icky. So I prefer to be a positive example, post about our life, post about eating healthy and how it's helped me. And the cool thing is people start asking you. Sometimes it happens next week. Sometimes it happens a year and a half later. So yeah, that's why I love it. Any other questions? I know Jody probably had to go for work.
I have a question.
I'm going to stop my share here. Yes, go ahead. Who was that? Was that Sabrina? Yeah.
I'm Sabrina. Yeah, I'm actually just joined, and I did my first post today.
Cool.
And I actually already had somebody interested in Shakeology. And so while we were on the call, she was like messaging me, and I reached out to Christine, who's my coach, while we were on the call. But basically, my question is, what happens when you're talking to them and they're so impatient and they're already, oh, it's okay, I already found it on like the internet, like, so they're not going through you, and they're like,
yeah, that's going to happen. That will happen. You get some people who will sell it on Kijiji.
yeah.
It happens. I've sold the odd extra bag to a challenger as well. It's going to happen. Oh, I just bought it. This is the one that you love. Oh, I just bought it off the DVD on Amazon. Can I join your group?
Oh God.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happens a lot. For me now, so it's rare that we've never not allowed somebody in our group. Okay. Even if especially when you're new, even if somebody bought it on Amazon, they don't know that. Most people don't know they get a free coach if they buy, through you or through online. They don't know that. They're not necessarily doing that to be cheap and to get around you. So most of the time I'll be like, okay, not a problem. Love to have you. There's a form they can fill out to have you transferred as their coach, which is the first thing they have to do. It's free. It's just a form. And that way, and down the road, if they end up buying anything else, you get credit for it. You get the commission. So that's the first thing. And say, you know what? Not a problem. I would love to have you in my group because I really think I can help you. And I think this is, something fantastic for you. Here's a form to fill out to make me your free coach. Because most of the time they didn't know they had a coach, yet they do. Even if they bought off Amazon or online off the internet, Beachbody links them to a coach who 9 times out of 10 doesn't reach out to them. So that's what I would do. For the people who the first person that you said, what I generally try and say is, listen, this is a business that I used to support my family. Okay. I put a lot of time into this. I put a lot of effort and heart into my challengers, you'll see if you're in my group, like I really take this seriously, and it's an income stream for my family. So I hope you understand why, if somebody buys from somebody else, the people in my group, they're 100% invested in this. They believe in Shakeology. They believe in on demand, and I want them to get the best possible results. I want them to get success, so they need to be on all three components, right? Okay. This business operates as a word of mouth. And if you bought the DVDs and you're not really invested in the Shakeology and the accountability group and the workouts, you're not going to tell anybody, because you're really probably not going to get great results, right? So that's generally what I tell people. That being said, I don't know the last time I didn't actually allow somebody in the group, because you can be somebody who bought it off a friend or was given it by a friend, and you let them in your group, they could be your best supporter and tell 19 other people about how great your accountability group is, right? You just can't be known as the freebie person, right?
Yeah.
Where they go in, and that's why I tell them, I say, listen, I will let you in as a favor to you because I really want to help you, but this is an exception, and I'm expecting you to work hard, and I'd love for you to help support me by posting daily in the group. So you can use it to your advantage as well, right?
Okay. Perfect.
It doesn't cost you anything to let them in, but I don't want to be known as, the free ride all the time. So
okay, perfect.
Good question though, because it's going to happen.
My heart dropped when she did that.
Oh, I know.
Well, because I only posted my first post because I only got my package this week, and I did my first post yesterday.
So you haven't have you been through an accountability group already?
No.
Oh, you haven't? You're just like, I want to coach. I don't even know what this is, but I want to coach.
That's right.
I love it. That's awesome. Wait till you get through an accountability group and see how they're, I don't know. I think they're pretty special. I think they're kind of cool.
I mean, I'm kind of going through it, like Christine added me, but I haven't actually even completed the program yet.
Christine Fortier?
Yeah.
Fortier? Sorry.
Fortier.
Français. And where are you located?
In Oakville.
Oh, you are? Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Whereabouts?
Downtown.
Nice. Yeah, my wife used to go to all her classes.
Oh, yeah. She's a great teacher.
Yes.
Anyways.
Any other questions?
Mike, how do you decide to sign up someone as a customer or a coach? Or do you always just go the coach option first?
It depends. So just so everybody's aware of it right off the bat, you make 25% commission off anything you sell. There's other ways to make money once you have a team. So when you first start off, commissions are 100% of what you make. Now, at where I'm at, my commissions are here, and my what's called cycle bonuses of how well my team does is this much percentage of my weekly pay. Okay. So it starts to skew as you grow a team of coaches. So knowing that and understanding that, I went for a long-term plan. I've been doing this for just over 2 years now. I tried to sign up most people as discount coaches at the beginning. It gets them a discount, and it gives you a better chance to rank advance. And there's a couple reasons for it. Once you become a diamond coach, from a marketing perspective, you can say, I'm a diamond coach, blah, blah, blah. You might get a bit more attraction from people to sign up with you. We can talk about that strategy wise, and different people. I know there's other coaches who are like, yeah, but once someone becomes it, like Jody, for example, you've been a discount coach for 2 years, a customer of mine. I haven't made a single dollar from you.
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. That when somebody signs up as a discount coach, you don't make anything off them anymore. You basically, that 25% I was getting from you as a regular customer, you get that back as a discount. And that's something you can also use to talk to people to get them to sign up as a discount coach is, hey, you know what? I'm willing to give you my commission because I know you love this and I really want you to stick with this long term. So I think, yeah,
Can you flip them from customer to coach?
Yeah, super easy. Yeah.
Okay.
You can't, once you sign up as a coach with somebody, you can't switch coaches. You have to quit for 6 months and then sign up with somebody else. That being said, and I'm not saying do this, but if Jody has a customer, they can sign up with Sarah as a coach. But if Jody has a coach, they can't sign up with Sarah as a coach. Okay. So once you're a coach, you're kind of locked with that person for 6 months. But yeah, that's a tough one. It kind of depends on your business strategy, on what kind of if you just want to be a hobby coach, and not really want to do this full time, you probably wouldn't want to sign up discount coaches. You would just want that 25% commission each month, right? Because you're not looking to rank advance. You're not looking to become an elite coach. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not going to get into cycle bonuses, but yeah. Basically, the bigger your team gets, the more income you get as well. So any other questions? Don't feel bad if you have to go, but these are good questions.
What's your actually first goal? Is that to make your first leg and left leg and right leg, or?
Yeah, your first goal is Emerald.
Okay.
That's Jamie came over to the house and kind of explained to me quickly. We're brothers, obviously. We trust each other. It's not and he's like, no, you got to become Emerald. How do you do that? Well, you get one in your left, one in your right. I was like, oh, okay. He's like, call Dad. Okay. So I call my dad. It's like, hey, Dad, I need a favor. I need you to get healthy for a couple months, and you're going to, do this. And then I was like, hey, babe, we're going to sign you up as well. And in an hour, I became an Emerald coach, right? That's the simplistic version of it, but it can be that easy. But again, it depends on how well you think you're going to do and what your goals are. I was told that's what all the top coaches did, and I wanted to be a top coach, so I did it, right? That's just how my brain works. Not everybody's, some of you, financial obviously is a big deal to have, if it's a single household, to have, $300 a month coming out for that. That can be a big hit if finances are an issue. To me, it was like, well, no, all I have to do to pay for my Shakeology is, sell 3 or 4 challenge packs myself, and then it's covered, then it's a wash, right? And then you just grow it from there. So, yeah. I personally, if I try not to sound pushy, I would have everybody sign up as a discount coach personally. But yeah, I want to do this forever.
Can we talk about the like pages?
Yeah, if you have another hour. I'm being smart. Do you have a specific question?
So I have my like page set up. So
Cool.
You said in the messages that you should copy everything from your personal page to your like page.
When
now,
you start.
I'm sorry?
When you're first starting, yeah.
Okay. What does that mean?
Because you want to get some content up there. If you actually want to grow your like page as a separate entity and not just use it for advertising, I personally don't use my like page as well as I should, because I do just copy and paste everything over there. Facebook will not show your like page really to anybody unless it starts to get actual organic traction, because they want you to pay for ads, right? your business page, your like page is the only place you can't place an ad on your personal page, right? Only on your business page or your like page. So if I was to start doing live videos on my business page, I would probably start to grow some organic traffic there. So I just don't have the time to do 6 different posts. I don't have time to do 3 posts on my personal page and 3 totally different posts on my business page. If you did, I probably should be going live at least once a day on my business page to see if I can grow that organically. But I have 20,000 followers on my business page. 15,000 of those are all bought. I ran like ads to purchase those people. What it means is you pay for it to show up in their feed and you hope they like it. That being said, so I've been running $20 a day for the past 6 months, which is, what's that, $600 a month, in the UK to buy likes there. So I think the last 7,000 of my likes are all people in the UK because I'm hedging on it going there, right? So that's my fingers crossed, so that when I want to run an ad, I can run an ad to everybody who likes my page in the UK and all their friends. That's how your like page works. You can click a button that says, I want this to get shown to everybody who likes my page in the UK, who's a female between the ages of 22 and 48 and likes fitness, and all of their friends as well. So if you have the time, yeah, don't just copy and paste. But my Facebook will not show your business page to barely anybody unless you've grown some organic traction over there or you're paying to get it seen. So just one really quick tip: don't share from your business page to your personal necessarily unless you have traction over there on your business page. Share from your personal over there for now.
So once you get your like page up, then you invite all of your friends, and then you're going to move into the buying?
Yeah, you generally don't want to boost anything or spend any money over there until you're up to around 1,000 likes. That's kind of a general rule of thumb. Invite your friends now. The video that you're going to get on how to set up your page actually shows you how to walk through it. You just literally click all these buttons that say invite, 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 or you can invite all your friends. As a coach, how do I say this without making you feel paranoid? Like other coaches' stuff, comment on other coaches' stuff, tag them. The community is great for that. That's how you're going to get out there, but you don't necessarily want to like other coaches' actual business pages, right? Because what happens then is if I run an ad and Jody's liked my business page, all her friends are going to see that ad. Okay, so it does 2 things. She might lose some of her friends who don't know she's coaching, and I find it starts to cheapen the business if Jody's friends are seeing all these other coaches' ads of, it just starts to lose the effect. So tag each other, comment on each other, accept tags, shout out recognition, but just you might not want to like all the other coaches' business pages. Unless you don't mind. Well, that's how Jamie and Kim and myself and everybody probably got, some of you to see our stuff. Good question. Did I answer it kind of, or I know it's a massive topic, so.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
It's a good strategy to go outside of your warm market to fill up people for your accountability or your challenge group. It's a good strategy really to do like an ad for a free group first, like a clean eating group, and then bring those people into an accountability group.
It's not on that list, but that is and I meant to talk about it. That's fantastic. it is the number one thing coaches should do first before running an accountability group, I think. So we just ran I don't even think I boosted it or like paid money for it. 7-day free clean eating group. And I think we got 90 people, and 50 of them, I didn't know who they were. They had to add me as a friend first. So it's a great way to expand. And those 50 people are all people who are potential customers. They're not just random people. They're people who are actually looking to get healthy. So, and they're 50 people who are now going to start seeing your stuff. And, do you know what I mean? So yeah, free groups. You should run a free group every single month.
Should you run it for the free clean eating? Is that still effective? I know clean eating groups have been around for a while.
Yeah.
Or is it better to be more creative and do a free group for some other topic?
You could see my expression. It's kind of like, the best ones are ones that you love.
Okay.
Joanne, I think, I did one on a vegan group, and I purely did it out of interest, and it was awesome. It was really good. I'm not a vegan. Joanne is. She's not on anymore. But I wanted to learn about it, so I did it because I was interested. If you are lunches for busy moms, frick, you would just get tons of people on that one, right? If you
picky eater kids.
What's that?
Picky eater kids.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, great tips. I found one from a friend the other day. He makes meatballs for his kid, and don't use this because I'm posting about it. And he puts broccoli and carrots and things in it, but he soaks it in amino acids or soy sauce first to get it to go brown, so that they don't see it in the meatballs even.
Oh,
I was like, that's genius. I was like, how did you do that? I said, I don't know. I just thought of it. So, and you do the amino acids because they're a little bit more healthier stuff as opposed to soy sauce. But anyway, so yeah, I would do free groups that you love to do. Rachel did how to become a better organized, mom or whatever. So yeah. No, great question. Yeah, that's a great way to, especially I add 20 people as friends every day. Sorry, I invite them as friends every day, maybe 2 or 3, except I don't know any of them. They're randoms, but you want to get that up there, because if you only have 200 friends, and Facebook's probably only going to show that to 20 of them every day. It doesn't go to all of them unless they go to your page. So it's just the way it works. If you have only 200 friends, only 20 of them are going to see it, and maybe 5 will like it, and you just don't get a lot of traction. Yeah, no worries. See you, Sarah.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, so free groups are a great way to expand your friend network. I mean, and that being said, maybe 1 out of 100 are like PM me back going, do I know you? And I'm like, nope, don't know you, but I'm just expanding my network, my health and fitness business, and thought you might be interested. No harm. And most of the time they're like, oh, okay, sure, no problem. But 95% of them just accept it. And what I kind of do is, like, especially in the UK, I'll find a person and who will accept my like, and then I'll go see who their friends are, and I'll start to like a couple of them, and then I become friends with 2 or 3 of them, and then it's like I'm in their group. Snowball. Right? And they're like, oh, well, if Sarah, Bobby, and Tommy, and everybody in the UK is named Gemma or something like that. If Gemma's friends with Mike, then, and so now I'm in some groups in Australia and the UK where I'm friends with, we have 43 people in common, and I don't know any of them. But yeah, don't be shy. Nobody knows you. Who cares if they don't accept your friend request, right?
So Mike, is that the trick in getting people in the challenge group? Because I'm having trouble finding people for my free groups. Is it because I'm not inviting enough people every day, or how do you find those people?
How many friends do you have?
I don't even know. I don't know.
Guess. 500, 1,000, don't even know, 200?
More than that, but I don't
When's the last time you randomly added people as friends, or you haven't yet?
I do like 5 a day.
Yeah.
Should I be doing more?
No. I mean,
because I even sent them cold like invites. A lot of them are these iWorks people, I think. They seem to be everywhere.
Well, and I guarantee you, if you have 200 friends, I bet 50 of them are Beachbody coaches.
Okay.
So they're not going to.
Like I'm inviting the same people or people I already know just to have a group. And then it's like, okay, I do all this work and I'm like, okay, what's the point of this?
It could be your graphic. If your graphic has too much text on it, Beachbody won't show it very much because it looks like an ad and they think you should be putting that over in your business page and paying for it. That being said, Susan, if you run an ad on your business page and it has more than 25% text, Facebook won't show it. There's all sorts of little tricks and tips, but yeah, sometimes it's the picture like, where's my, I thought I did, and this is even, I mean,
I even tried boosting it on my like page and it's still.
Hey, I'm ranked. Where is this? I want to look at it and see. Sorry, my computer's slow. Yeah, see, I'm one of the top 100 ranked coaches in the entire company, right? And I still don't know how some of this stuff works. I did a post tonight. It's one of those ones I like to write, and maybe I just write too much. Maybe it was horrible, but I finished it, and it was one of those, oh, that was a good one. I feel really good about that. It was a great picture of Angel and I was like, oh, and it's Sunday night, like prime time. I think I missed it by, I think on Sundays, I feel like if I post after 8, they die. You need to post at like 7:30. If you post at 10 o'clock at night, nobody's going to see it. So I have prime times for those, and it has 11 likes, and I'm like, oh, I wasted that. I almost want to delete it and then try it again tomorrow at 7. Anyway, there's no guaranteed way to get people to like it, and I don't know. You'll start to get a feel for which pictures people like. I'd be curious to see your picture. Send me the picture you did with your last free group invite, and I'll critique it for you honestly.
Okay.
I'll be blunt, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
You can take it.
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, and the last one we did was a beautiful picture of Angel. I don't use pictures of myself because they don't get any traction. I used a great picture of Angel in the kitchen and I've used that maybe 5 times now over the past 2 years, and I know that one people like, right?
Oh, I think I know which one it is. Yeah.
That do you know what I'm talking about? Where she's standing, like it's a great picture.
It's a list on the bottom of everything you're offering.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, so I know that one works now. I did one 2 days before that. Crickets. So yeah, sometimes it's just trying a different, and I use different text this time as opposed to last. So sometimes it's just playing with it, trying different times and seeing really what works for you. There's no guaranteed way.
No formula.
No, I mean, there is. I mean, you want your invites to go out hopefully Sunday nights, Monday nights, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday, nothing. Don't do anything important there as far as, there's key times. If you want to post in the morning, it's got to be before 8 usually to get traction, or 11:30 for like a recipe post or something. And then you want to make sure you do it before 9 o'clock in the night, because otherwise nobody's going to see it either. Sometimes it'll get, if it's amazing, it'll get picked back up again. And then it's a couple people. That's why you always want to respond to each comment and tag the person who made the comment, because that Facebook, oh, okay, somebody's liking that. And they start to show it to a few more people. So you have to engage with everybody who responds to your posts. Yes, Jody. Oh, no, you didn't have a question. Sorry.
Thank you.
She's like, I'm on a call. That's it.
So you don't think that anything happens on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday?
Oh, they do. Sometimes I get amazing ones. I just, that's for me. I try Friday nights. Friday night for me, date night pictures work for some reason. I don't know. Again, I think it's Angel, but Yeah, that'll work, but I'm not going to do a business post on a Friday night. Personally, I don't know. That's a good I should go back and what's the word I'm looking for? Whatever. Go check my page out and see. I should throw one up this Friday to turn a liar into myself and see if it gets any traction. But yeah, I don't. Or Saturdays, or it depends who you're targeting, right? I don't know. If you're targeting, if your target and your niche market is single moms, yeah, maybe that's a great time to do it. You know what I mean? So it depends. It depends who your target market is, and you got to get a niche. You gotta. It can't just be people who like fitness, or it can't just be moms. It's got to be a little bit more defined. A lot of the people who do well would be like, no, I only target first responders. I only target paramedics, cops, and firemen. Or I only target moms with twins. Or I only, they're going to get other people naturally, but kind of, I would say if you're marketing to everybody, you're marketing to nobody. So anyhow, I should probably go to bed.
Thanks, Mike.
Okay, yeah, no, any questions, feel free, PM me or Jamie or whoever your upline is or whomever. All right?
Thank you.
See you all tomorrow night or on Thursday night on the call. Yeah,
absolutely.
It'll be a good one. Even if you just want to be a discount hobby coach, it'll be cool to listen to her. And she's Canadian, which is really cool. Okay. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Thanks,
guys.
Mike.
Good night.